Treasure hunting? Cyrodiilic Collections needs you! If you're planning to head out... Hello there. Always a pleasure to see a new face. Welcome to Lilmoth, the festering jewel of Black Marsh. Argonian words, not mine. Doesn't strike me as all that festery, but I digress. How would you like to join an exciting expedition? Oh, the most worthy kind of expedition. A journey into the distant past. Well, not the literal past, I mean. That would be crazy. We're exploring one of the Argonians' ancient Zanmir pyramids to find a priceless relic. Oh, to preserve it for future generations, of course. So much of the Argonians' unique history has been lost. With your help, we can pull this antiquity out of the mud and share it with the world. You've made a great choice in joining us, friend. The other members of our expedition have already gathered near the western gate. I'll be along shortly. Just need to check on a few things. This is exciting, right? Oh dear. Where are my manners? I apologize. My name is Famia Mercius, or Famia Speaks with Round Tongue to the locals. I'm Cyrodiilic Collections' chief antiquarian here in Merkmaier. Oh, so you're that adventurer she mentioned in her letters. What a welcome coincidence. Concordia has been invaluable to the effort. One day, I'll finally convince her to visit. Oh, just over 3 years at this point. I'll admit, it takes some getting used to, but once you— Ow! Ooh! Sorry. Once you settle in, you'll never want to leave. Well, I do know a little something about how to get along here in Merkmaier. The first thing I'd suggest is making connections with the local tribes, the Wasik Halil in particular. Sorry, I slip into gel sometimes. The Argonian tongue, the locals say I'm a natural. Anyway, the Wasik Halil are also called the Bright Throats. They're quite friendly. Artisans mostly. Clever traders too. Very good friends to have in a pinch. Most of the Merkmaier tribes are cagey, but polite. There is one tribe I'd avoid, though. The Deadwater tribe, or the Nagakor. They're Nagas, a strange breed of Argonians with a very prickly disposition. They don't like outsiders. Not one bit. Doing your research, huh? Excellent. The local Argonians call it Ishtaj Thitithil Met. Literally, the exact egg cracker. Evocative, right? We just call it the Ishtash Zanmir. I have it on good authority that we'll find the Kajinjad crystal inside. Apparently, it was vital to some kind of ritual, but that could mean practically anything. According to my research, ancient Argonians performed rituals constantly, large and small. Even so, this crystal clearly deserves a place in our collection. Oh, most certainly. Jewelry, idols, who knows? We sell some of these more common items to private collectors. Not for a profit, mind you. Just enough to keep the operation afloat. For the most part, no, they don't. The Argonians here in Merkmaier, they don't see things the way we do. When we first arrived, I tried to include the locals in our work, to get their blessing, you know? Fine, I guess. But the truth is, the Argonians just don't care about their history all that much. They live in the now. Past, future, those concepts are totally foreign to them. Once our museum is finished, though, I'm sure they'll take an interest. You've made a great choice in joining us, friend. The other members of our expedition have already...
Dark Elf Saint Veloth. His spirit apparently lingers at his shrine. I find that rather disturbing.
its Cyrodiilic collections managed to obtain the golden skull of Bilakar.
What? Really? Why, that artifact has been lost for centuries.
Precisely. Makes me wonder who could possibly accomplish such a task.
Someone of note, that's for sure.
I've got a job for you, if you're...
You have seen my postings. Word of Zul Motas staked across Merkmair with dagger and nail. You come for the death hunts? I reveal the obvious. They are hunts for death, or rather deadly things. My tribe puts out the call for warriors to gather and pursue Zul Motas. That is my purpose here. Truth, Varo Hosidius keeps up on our needs as well. Come to either of us, and you may join those who seek out death. You are here now. Is death what you seek? Death comes in many forms. Monsters chief among them, no matter the number of legs. What you face depends on the needs of the Naga Corps. No matter what we ask of you, you will tested. Part of Cyrodiilic collections, a warrior past his prime. Broker's jobs in Lilmuth now. He gets his cut for those he sends my way, regardless of whether they survive. Good. I reveal the Zulmota each day. You gather your warriors, do as I ask. If you survive, you will have the respect of the Naga Corps and the spoils. I offer a test of spirit and skill that will push you to your limits and perhaps lead to your swift and painful death. There is no greater honor for a warrior of the Naga Corps. You know of the Cyrodiilic collections. The outsiders who pay gold for old Saxhleel baubles. Well, the Naga Corps know a place where you can pick antiquities like fruit from a tree. Gather relics, and we will split the reward. Just beware of the god. It is a huge, lumbering mire gaunt called Walks Like Thunder. It guards the echoing hollow. Best to kill it before you gather the relics from the ancient ruins behind the hollow. I have shared the location. Will you gather relics for the Naga Corps? Swift action yields swift results. Get to it. I reveal an embarrassing truth. No, the Naga Corps despise outsiders, but a good hunter makes... I respond with truth. No one knows. Mire gaunts have been here as long as Argonians. Maybe longer. Some think they are the wrath of Merkmair. Others that the Hist sends them to teach lessons. Worst is, walks like thunder. Very bad. Very... Mire gaunts are part of the land. Strike one down, it comes back later. Like stinkweeds or swamp grass. Besides, I do not expect you to kill Walks Like Thunder. I am a skilled hunter of the Naga Corps. You would say dead water in your tongue. We are ruthless warriors. Our village lies far to the north and west, deep in the marsh. We are proud. I reveal my opinion. I am more traveled than my kin. I see uses for all. The Naga Corps needs someone to go to the Hollow. And I think that's a good use for an outsider. Just beware Walks Like Thunder. It will fall on you like a toppled tree. Old baubles from a long-forgotten season. Worthless to the Naga Corps, but valued by outsiders like Cyrodiilic collections. Tribe doesn't see a reason to sell the items, but I do. So, the echoing hollow hides an entrance to some ruins. An Argonian Zanmir, an old place full of old baubles. The Naga Corps think outsiders strange for wanting useless, old things. But as long as they pay, why should I care? What's so valuable about old, useless objects made of rock or clay? The past is dead and forgotten, but outsiders continue to chase after it like crocodiles that smell blood.
Welcome to Lilmoth, meat. There's not much to see in this dump, but if you don't mind getting soggy, I might have work for you. One of our benefactors, a scholar named Theodorin, needs someone to explore the newly opened Sophir Cavern. She believes the old Imperial scrolls dating back to the First Era might be scattered throughout the caves. Imperial documents from that era were often written in code. See if you can also find a cipher ring, or the scrolls will be worthless to Tia. Then bring whatever you find back to me. You can find Teodorin at the Mages Guild. You know, in case you want to ask any additional questions before you head into a mysterious and probably dangerous cavern in search of Imperial antiquities that may not even exist, if you want.
Still.
You can find...
No weapons I can sell you will help again.
The Mages Guild sent me to its words within the breeze. Speak, hear the hissed, speak, hear the hissed, speak its words to me. Below the roots forever spread, collecting souls of our dead. Speak, hear the hissed, speak, hear the hissed, speak its words to me. From its sap, we gain our life. By its judgment, we end strive. Tribe and hissed, sky and sun, all connected, all are one. All connected, all are one. Sitting beneath its swaying leaves, hearing its words within the breeze. Speak, hear the hissed, speak, hear the hissed, speak its words to me. Hear the hissed, speak its words to me.
Fresh meat. More gold for Zadaza when you die.
Good to see a recruit with a few notches in their shield. Still don't want to know your name, though. No point in getting attached until you've survived your first hunt. Attachments slow you down. And in Merkmair, you keep up or you die.
Is this your first treasure hunt too? I'm so excited. I scrounged up my fair share of treasures in Valenwood, but root caverns hardly measure up to Azanmir. It's sure to be packed with all kinds of treasures, maybe even some delicious new bugs.
So, Famia reels in another adventurer, eh? This one admits you seem stronger than most. Zadaza gives you 2 in 3 chance of surviving. Fair odds, yes? Ha! Only for wide-footed bumblers. Unfortunately, Famia has a weak eye for talent, and Merkmair is full of clumsy risk-takers. But don't worry, Walker. This one has been on 5 expeditions with Famia, and only seen people eaten by salamanders twice. Only this. When we find treasure, take no more than you can carry comfortably. A heavy purse will make you slow, and being slow will make you dead. Oh, and if you see Zadaza running, you should run too, in the same direction. Simple. Any other questions for Zadaza? Or do you simply wish to get to the running, dodging, and screaming? Ask away, Walker. Our leader, Famia, knows more about the ruins than Zadaza, but Zadaza knows more about not getting eaten by crocodiles. This one will let you decide which is more important. Famia is very smart. Not clever, though. Zadaza risks losing her tail because she is bold, and beautiful, and greedy. But Famia risks all because she loves the lizard folk. Do not ask this one to explain why. It makes no sense to Zadaza. Ha, Rajin's shadow. How much time do we have? Sink sand, poison darts, blades of all sizes. Oh, and falling rocks. And also poison gas. This one is probably forgetting a few things. Just assume that everything in the Zanmir wants you dead. That depends on what you value, yes? Famia looks for this Kajinjat crystal. Zadaza looks for things that are light and numerous. Baubles and ancient coins, you see? Some look for heavy golden idols. They tend to wind up squished or in pieces. Confidence, initiative, excellent. These are wonderful traits that will almost certainly get you killed. Do not worry. Zadaza will ensure that your legend lives on by scooping up your bloody gear and selling it. Ah, Famia arrives.
I'm coming. I'm coming straight away. Just give me a moment.
Good to see a
Is this your...
Best speak with Famia before she passes out. This one told her to lay off the fried wamasu, but some people enjoy being round and slow, yes?
So, you found our fellow travelers. Excellent. Whew, I think we're almost ready to depart. There is one thing I need your help with before we begin our adventure in earnest, though. The ancient Argonians locked the Zanmir up tight, and not just with metal locks. They infused the stone with sun magic. I won't pretend to understand how it works, but I do know that without a potent... Oh, I'm glad you asked. There are flecks of yellow glass scattered all over Merkmair. We call them Baka stones, and each one contains a bit of ancient magicka. Put enough of them together, and you can activate all sorts of things. Out in the marsh, I'm afraid. I sent a few of my best people to gather the stones for me and agreed to meet them later. With your help, it shouldn't take long. Can I count on you to accompany me? Follow me. If we get separated, I'll find you at the next stop, all right? I sent one of our younger members, Eshraf, to the Sonic-Eva dig site just outside of town. A surprisingly productive area, despite how close it is. You never have to travel far to find evidence of the ancient Argonian civilization. It won't last forever, though. Most of these ruins are already half sunk into the mud. Eshraf? Eshraf! That's odd. He was supposed to be here. Have a look around, would you? Eshraf's bag. Was he chased off by one of these salamanders? Keep an eye out. I won't lie. The swamp's a dangerous place. I've grown to love it, but it can still be terrifying. Dynia? Dynia! Now that's troubling. Eshraf is new, but Dynia's been at this for years. She never misses a handoff. Let's look around. That's Dynia's sword. Oh, she loves that sword. Oh dear. Oh dear. Looks like Zukas hasn't arrived yet. No Dynia or Eshraf either. We should look around. Zukas should be along shortly, I hope. Argonians aren't really known for their punctuality. We use this hut as a gathering place of sorts. For now, I suppose. Nothing lasts forever out here in the marsh. If Eshraf or Dynia got into trouble, they'd definitely come here. Maybe they were here and left something behind? that? Ashraf's journal? And another stone? Oh, this doesn't look good at all. Wait. Zukas, is that you?
Sun's blessings, friend Famia. I hope you did not wait too long.
You should take this moment to introduce yourself. I need to speak with Zukas, but it can wait until you've met him. No time like the present to start making new friends.
Greetings, Biko, and welcome to Merkmair. My name is Zukas. I am wondering, who are you? Forgive the rushed introduction. I find that trading names and intentions makes for calmer waters. We understand each other, I think. Then this Vaka stone belongs to you, I think. Friend Famia never tires of poking around in the old hard nests. I do not know why, but very few dry-skin habits make sense to me. The Zanmirs are very dangerous. Do you have a guide? Ha, no. Truthfully, there is nothing in the Zanmirs that interests me. I hope you have a good reason for taking this journey. I should point out that simple greed is not a good reason. Ah, this does not surprise me. I hope you will not let her come to harm. Famia is a worthy friend. She honestly tries to do right by the Saxhleel, but her persistence, it often gets her into trouble. I wish you luck in your expedition. That is a fair point, and I respect nothing more than honest dealing. As I said, my name is Zukas, Root Herald of the Brightthroat tribe. I protect the tribe's interest. Some hunt for Wamasu. I hunt for truth and fruitful relationships. You have not heard of us? Either you are very new, or I am dragging my tail as a representative. We are artisans, traders, and guides. Our Hist's roots stretch from Brightthroat village north of here to Lilmuth and the coast beyond. Yes, you might call it a tree. All Saxhaleels serve a Hist. Their branches protect us, and their sap sustains us. If your path ever takes you to Brightthroat village, you will see. I promise you, Merkmair is much grander than the streets of Lilmuth. Ah, that is what we Argonians call ourselves here in Black Marsh. Saxhleel means people of the root in the swamp tongue. Trees, roots, you see? Ah, perhaps eager is a better word. Most people who visit Black Marsh believe we Saxhleel are uncultured children at best, or fish-brained savages at worst. Famia, however, appreciates our culture, in her way. Sometimes too much. She risks her life to recover antiquities we do not want or need. Her dedication is touching, I guess. I keep telling her that we would rather have fresh slugs and sturdy tools, but no snake can slither backwards. She does what she does. So I would not say that. Some Zanmirs contain powerful relics or cursed antiquities. We can't have that sort of thing floating around. It takes some doing, but typically we can recover items like that without Then there is a fight. The Vaka stones? Sometimes. More often I bring maps, tools, and small gifts. Friend Famia brings me things as well. Stories about the items she seeks mostly. Hairfolk rumors too. Those are very fine gifts. I do not know this word, spy. A root herald cannot serve their tribe without gathering stories and rumors, but I would not drink from another Saxhleel's gourd when they were not looking. Famia tells only what she wishes to. Friends, you see. Walk softly in the Zanmir, Biko. Our ancestors took great pains to make those places unpleasant. Hopefully I will see you and friend Famia back in Lilmuth before long, with all your limbs intact.
I just need to take a moment to speak to Zukas about Eshraf and Dynia. Hopefully he knows something, or knows someone who does. In the meantime, why don't you head to the Zanmir? It's just east of here. I'll meet you there as soon as I can. Oh, I'll be fine. If anything threatens us, Zukas will take care of it. This business with Eshraf and Dynia has me worried. I'm hoping Zukas can find out if anyone's seen them. Oh, before you leave, could you give me those Vaka stones and sword?
Walk softly.
Go on. I'll be fine. I'll catch up. Is it working? The door awakens. Try opening it now, Zadaza.
This for. Zadaza has been peeking at this for... What did you do, Famia?
Scholarship in action, my friends. Now, let's make some discoveries.
Ah, yes. Let's get to it. We're crocodile bait out here.
Style door release. Fascinating. Oh, a bit of help, please. Just pull that lever there. Zadaza, you avoided the trap? Mara's mercy. Try to find a way around. We'll look for the others down here. Stendar bless it, Famia. You never pull a Bijum release. You push. Always push. I'm dreadfully sorry, but don't despair. I mean, clearly this isn't an ideal start, but in the grand scheme of things, falling into a pit is a fairly minor setback. Like Sadaza said, they must have fallen into different chambers. Now, I'm sure we'll find them deeper inside the Zanmir. Honestly, I've seen this sort of thing many times before. Fallaway floors and chutes and such. Very common. Well, every great explorer has triggered a trap or two. At least no one was set on fire. Well, I mean, I hope no one was set on fire. No. I'm certain Kirsalith and Varro are just fine. Now, we have a priceless crystal to find, right? Oh, Stendar bless. Some kind of mechanical bridge? Oh, remarkable! I don't see an obvious way to lower it. It must relate to these pulleys somehow. The symbols on the columns and the counterweights are the key. I'm certain. this rate, we'll find the Kajinjat crystal in no time. My friends, too.
Help! I fell into this pit and... Oh, please, Mercy. Don't look down. Don't look down.
Oh, what to do, what to do? Wait, look up there. Flint vine. That could do the trick. I'll stay here and try to keep Kirsteleth calm. I'm shouting, aren't I? I'm sorry. Just find that flint vine, all right? We'll need quite a bit to... I probably should have been more specific. Flint vine is a hardy creeper that grows in caves, or poorly lit Zonmirs, as the case may be. Strong stuff. Definitely strong enough to bear Kirsteleth's weight. You have the flint vine?
Oh, thank you! I'm climbing up now! That was terrifying. I heard shouting from across the chasm. It sounded like Varro. He needs help. I just need a moment.
All right, rest here, but not for too long. The crystal's almost in reach. Let's go help Varro. I'm sorry. The spider...
Jones' bumpy arse. The crystal is near. Come.
Clara, don't move! I'll get down there to heal you. Somehow.
I took a real beating during the fall. Leg broke like a dry twig. Want some advice? Don't get old. Hopefully, Kirstalev can patch it up well enough for me to walk. In the meantime, you should be looking for a way out of here. And hey, thanks. I took a real beating.
Famia's crystal is through the next door. Hop down, yes? This one will follow. Dark moons, a trap. Lift those paws, Walker. Zadaza will disarm it. Yes? This one thinks the door is unlocked now. Give it a push.
You see? You aren't the only one who can find side passages.
Note this one's very genuine surprise.
The Kajinjat crystal! At last! Sound advice. It should just be a matter of wedging the pressure plate and... there. Finally! What was that? Mara's mercy! Run!
Distracted one. The doctor
What in Stendar's name is that?
What's happening?
It feels the zombie. Run, now, before you suffocate.
The door is open.
Damn,
Hurry!
Leg. I'm right behind you. Leave it, Elf. You'll never get out in time.
Right, run!
Up the ladder, quickly, please.
Another temple conquered, eh? Closest call this one has seen in years, though. You did well in there, what?
Another successful expedition.
I can't believe we all nearly died in there. Can you imagine? A child of the green choked to death in some dusty stone.
I owe you my life, friend, and that's a debt I take very seriously. To be honest, I think this was my final adventure. Even with Kirsteleth's help, my leg is mangled for good. But I'll find a way to repay you. Count on it.
I hope you see now. I do not exaggerate about the Zonmirs. Are you all right? You are not wheezing or leaking blood from your ears. That is something, at least.
Another successful...
I hope you see now, I do not exaggerate about the Zanmirs. Are you all right? A fair question. In truth, I came to rescue Famia. I will admit a certain affection for her. She is kind-hearted and loyal, like a hedge gecko or one of your tiny bark dogs. I would not want her to come to harm. I'm glad to see you safe as well. Ha, no. Have a care with that crystal, Biko. If it is truly the Kajinjat, you should not let it jangle around in Famia's purse for long. I know that, if mishandled, it could lead to something very dangerous. So I would appreciate it if Famia stayed safe.
That Zukas is always so polite. I don't know where I'd be without him. Despite the mishaps, we have the Kajinjat crystal, thanks in no small part to your contributions. Cause for at least modest celebration, right? No, of course not. Though some have gone worse. Anyway, we shouldn't dwell on the missteps and bungles. Need I remind you that we recovered the Kajinjat crystal? Yes, well, I had hoped to discuss that in private, provided this little misadventure hasn't driven you from the business completely. I'd like to bring you on for another task.
Farewell, everyone. Please, do not make me do this again.
Well, that was exciting, right?
I have never seen more spiders.
Are you joking? We nearly died.
Welcome, my friend, to exploring with Famia.
That's hardly fair. Our last expedition was...
Spike Pit.
Well, yes, but before that...
Angry Naga Heart Eaters.
Ah, but what about that trip north? That wasn't...
Many crocodiles.
Madus lost his hand to one. Remember Madus?
Zadaza mostly remembers his screams.
Yes, but need I remind you, we acquired the Kajinjak crystal?
Good for you. As for me, I'm out. This elf is sticking to woodland adventures from now on.
Smart. I'm sitting the next one out too. Here, elf. I'll walk you home.
Are you certain you're up to it?
Ale's cheap in Lilmoth. And there's not a beast alive that's going to stand between me and a tankard right now.
Fair enough. Just take it slow, all right?
A one-legged Imperial and a wood elf fresh out of the cradle go wandering into the swamp. What could go wrong?
I owe you my life.
I can't believe we all...
I'll see you back in Lilith.
Another temple.
Chuksu. Good day, traveler. Is there something I can, is it that obvious? Yes, I am. Well, no, not really. I've come to ask Sulakish, a former agent of the Shadow Scales, to help arbitrate it. If you don't mind, to introduce the issue, if nothing else.
Though the Saxhleel generally choose to live in tribes based around a history, Lilmoth is a merchant town with no true leadership. That is why there are so many travelers in this town. Deeper in the swamp, the tribes tend to be more isolated and hostile to outsiders.
Professor, can you tell us what an Uzith Biko is? I've overheard some Argonians referring to it, but I'm not familiar with the term.
Oh, well, it's a term used for a ritual partner that performs,
In the dry skin tongue, you would say nest friend. I am sure you can draw the meaning of such words. You are scholars, after all.
I would share, but I don't want to.
Work-built character, they say.
Fed up with almost getting eaten by some horrific swamp creature every time you venture?
Belly of regret. These feelings of despair that I cannot forget. Shunate, Shunate.
Your interest is misguided. Though the guards of Lilmoth are hired by the various merchants in town, I've still found them to be extreme. Isn't Lilmoth just beautiful?